the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
The former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and two others have been arrested as part of a criminal trafficking investigation by the FBI.
The fashion world is in shock after fashion moguls Mike Jeff and Matthew Smith, key figures behind the Abercrombie and Fitch empire, were arrested on federal charges that mirror those in Diddy's ongoing case. The rumors that Diddy may have handed over a list of powerful names to the authorities to save himself are now gaining traction, especially after these high-profile arrests. While many dismissed the rumors as mere gossip, these developments are casting a shadow of suspicion over other industry elites. Mike Jeff, once one of the most influential executives in fashion, along with his business partner Matthew Smith and alleged middleman James Jacobson, now faces severe federal charges for operating a disturbing underground trafficking ring. The operation allegedly involved coercing young male modeling who were misled into thinking they were entering legitimate modeling opportunities. This scandal is not only rocking the fashion industry, but also drawing parallels to Diddy's indictment on similar charges, leaving many to wonder if the cases are connected or if the fashion world is about to see more high-profile names fall. Jeffries hosted twisted gatherings at his New York mansion, luring young men with promises of career-changing modeling opportunities, only to trap them in a dark underworld of exploitation. While Diddy's infamous parties have long been rumored to involve disturbing, substance-fueled activities, it turns out the fashion industry has its own hidden version of these exploitative events. The FBI first launched an investigation into Jeff and his associates following a shocking BBC report, which accused Jeff and his partner of using young men at exclusive gatherings held at their New York properties and luxury hotels worldwide. The investigation stalled for months, struggling to gather enough evidence to build a solid case, until an insider tip emerged, potentially from none other than Diddy himself. U.S. Attorney Breon Peace for the Eastern District of New York did not hold back when unveiling the charges. He revealed that Jeff operated a calculated, high-level operation with a network of recruiters who carefully selected young men to be exploited by Jeff and his partner Matthew Smith. Jeff, using his position as the powerful CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, manipulated these men into believing they were stepping into legitimate opportunities, only to be used to satisfy his and Smith's darkest desires. This wasn't just about power, it was about dominance, privilege, and exploitation on a horrifying scale.
He was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and that of his romantic partner, Matthew Smith.
According to Peace, Jeff and Smith enlisted James Jacobson as their chief recruiter and middleman. Jacobson's role went beyond just scouting models. He allegedly conducted private tryouts with young, ambitious male models worldwide, testing their willingness to engage in exploitative acts in exchange for money. Once Jeff and Smith approved these men, they were flown to exclusive residences in New York or high-end hotels around the world, where they were coerced into participating in commercialized exploitation.
Jeffries and Smith employed James Jacobson to act as a recruiter to find men. Jacobson engaged in, quote, tryouts with men across the world where he would typically pay them to engage in sex acts with him. Following the tryouts with Jacobson, Smith would often then personally approve whether the men who were selected would meet Jeffries and Smith. The defendants would fly the selected men to Jeffries and Smith's homes in the Hamptons in New York City or to hotels around the world in such places as England, France, Italy, Morocco, and St. Bart's for the purpose of attending events to engage in commercial sex.
Many of these men reportedly had no idea what awaited them. most were unaware of the nature of what would be required of them, having been promised modeling opportunities with Abercrombie & Fitch that could launch their careers. However, upon arrival, they were confronted with a very different reality. Peace claimed that once there, the models were given no option to back out. Staffers allegedly forced them to sign airtight non-disclosure agreements, which were later used as tools of control and intimidation, ensuring their silence long after the encounters ended.
In an interview process that did not inform the men of the details of the sex events before they attended, including the full extent and nature of the sexual activity that would be required of the men at these events. They caused the men to believe that attending these sex events could yield modeling opportunities with Abercrombie or otherwise benefit their careers.
As the case deepens, the connections between Diddy, the powerful enablers within the industry, and these shocking crimes are becoming harder to ignore. The fact that these aspiring models were allegedly coerced into consuming spiked alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants speaks volumes about the abuse of power within the entertainment world. This is not an isolated incident. Court documents have revealed that similar tactics were allegedly employed by Diddy, with young artists desperate to make it big in the music industry. These troubling parallels are sparking speculation online, with many theorizing that Diddy may have been directly involved in organizing these so-called freak-off parties for Jeff and Smith. Adding fuel to the fire, the prosecution has 15 male victims prepared to testify, with claims that Jeff funneled millions into ensuring these operations ran smoothly and remained hidden for years. Do you think Diddy handed over evidence to implicate Jeff? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.